going on, you guys? My name is Rage and we're back today with another video guide and playthrough here for our daily challenge event being the Catalyst of Change. I finally was able to get a 305k total team power to actually get the 3-star unlock. So with that being said there, I'm going to quickly go over my blaster profile here for the characters utilized and then show you the gameplay. Unfortunately with the Catalyst of Change, blasters are the only characters that are allowed, and that's why it makes it quite difficult because you can see here that with blasters there's not a lot of healers and not a lot of sustainability. But fortunately with the release of two notable characters, Kestrel and Silver Surfer, it actually makes it quite viable now with a lower team power. So moving ahead into here, Kestrel, this is how I built her up. Tier 12, as you can see, no T4s on her abilities, as well as the level 4 ISO 8 striker. And for Kestrel, she's got high defense and offensive capabilities, so that's why we want to bring her on board to synergize with the newest addition, being Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer is only 52k for me. Again, the striker ISO 8 as well. You can see with his abilities, no T4, but on top of that, the nice thing about Silver Surfer is his abilities to cleanse the enemy, apply a defense down. In addition to that, an ability block, which you're going to see that it's very, very useful, especially when we're trying to take down the enemies in this node. I love Silver Surfer synergy and the fact that he's just such a great character overall, well-balanced stats. And next, carrying a lot of the damage for me is going to be Black Bolt. I've built him up from previous walkthroughs in terms of providing value from the sense of being in arena, as well as being able to provide some playthrough in the Doom Chapter 1 campaign. But Black Bolt, you can see I did actually upgrade all his T4 abilities as I utilize him quite a bit. I didn't bring into Dark Dimension 3, but you can see here that he is tier 13, so I utilize him in Dark Dimension 2 as another playthrough. But as well, for his ISO 8, it is a level 5 striker as well. And so a lot of big damage dealers, as you can see here, and that's really going to be key because we want to take down the enemies as soon as possible. So providing a little bit of support is going to be Falcon. I have him at almost 62k here, and with Falcon, his speed up and additional DPS is going to be proved to be nice. On top of that, I do have the level 3 Raider here to apply the vulnerability for our enemies and really stacking with our strikers that we've noted before and capitalizing on those extra offensive opportunities. When last but not least, it is going to be Ultron here providing some sustainability and support. And honestly speaking, Ultron's probably the best bet we have in terms of being able to prevent damage. You can see I even got a level 2 ISO 8 healer just to provide some sustained healing. No T4s on his abilities, and tier 12, a little lower end, but we're going to bring Ultron on board because he can summon his clones with the factory upgrade, and these are going to prove essential, especially if they're able to get some healers and offensive bots to really ump our speed as well as our damage output. That makes up the roster right there. Let's dive right in now to the gameplay. As you can see here, placement's fairly quite straightforward. I put Falcon and Ultron from opposite corners of each other just due to the fact that, in my opinion, those two are the squishiest out of this cluster, especially with Silver Surfer and Kestrel having high resistance and defense. And as well, my Black Bolt is the strongest, so I'm not worried about those three. And it's going to be very important to know and mind the strategy for this node due to the fact that, unlike the other previous rounds we've gone through, we are actually defeating marked enemies in order to get through this round. What's pesky about this at the beginning is the fact that there's two blobs, and you can see one of them already taunts right from the very beginning. So that's why it's extremely important. Use Silver Surfer's basic attack to take away the defense. He still has it, but fortunately for us, we also gain the defense up now for Silver Surfer. Next, I use Kestrel's ultimate to actually take away those positive conditions from the first blob there. And you can see now we can start at least taking down damage for only one of the blobs for now. You can see Toad is also another key target we have to aim for. But for the time being, make sure the key thing is whenever they have the deflex, as you see there, try not to use the abilities. For me, capitalizing on Silver Surfer's abilities here is to actually apply that defense down around the enemies there. I want to capitalize on damage. You can see it scales extremely well with Kestrel actually having the extra additional strikes as well thanks to her passive. Now that one of the blobs is down, utilizing special from Kestrel, you can see that the defense down is still on a couple of the enemy targets here. That's why we use Falcon's ultimate there. Really just trying to dish out as much damage as possible. Although there's only 8 characters in this node, these guys are very tanky and very powerful, especially considering our guys are a little bit lower when we compare to them. So we just continue our assault on the second blob, right, with the first one being down now. And fortunately, you can see Kestrel's passive does a lot of good damage, especially when there's defense downs, finishing off that security. And now this is a great time to use Black Bolt special, especially when you see that blob does not have a deflect as well as a defense down on him. So really just capitalizing on damage overall. You can see now we can go ahead and start actually attacking the Toads. And it's going to take a little bit of RNG and luck. You can see that, you know, the nice thing about Ultron is that he went down right there, but thanks to his revive, he came back, and then that's what I mean. He's really here just to kind of soak up damage. Ultron doesn't do a lot of damage. Well, mine isn't really built up, but his clones and really him being able to resurrect himself after one round of dying is what's going to give us that fighting chance of getting the 3-star unlock. So focus on the Toad, you guys. That finishes off one there. You can see now Killmonger being weaker. I'm going to activate finally Black Bolt Ultimate to finish off Killmonger and Groot, leaving now only Toad. And hopefully this is the only last guy for you guys. And at this point, it really is going to be down to luck. I think the hardest part of this challenge is definitely that beginning with the blob situation. Took me a few tries to actually land it correctly, but just remember, try to actually take away that defense up in the beginning with Silver Surfer's basic, and then follow actually by Kestrel's ultimate, and then go ahead and utilize Silver Surfer's abilities. So there you guys have it. I hope this video was able to help you guys push through and unlock this. But again, 305k team. Thanks again to Silver Surfer and Kestrel, making it more viable now. Thank you as always, you guys. Hope this video helps. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.